So now we'll go through the respiratory system of the fetal pig. The first part is the larynx, which is just like the voice box. So this structure is the larynx right here. So we go from the larynx to the trachea, which we already found was right here. Then from the trachea goes to the lungs, which we again already found. It's these things surrounding the heart. From the lungs we go to the diaphragm, which is that flap sitting just above the liver. Okay.
Next page.
Now we're going to move on to the digestive system. So we have the esophagus, which remember is located just behind the trachea. From the esophagus we go down all the way to the stomach. If you see here, the esophagus is that middle structure. Well, might as well just say while we're here that this is the vena cava, this is the esophagus, and that's the aorta.
Alphabetical order, dorsal up.
Okay, so from the esophagus we go all the way down to the stomach, which is right here, this structure. From the stomach we go to the small intestine, which again we pointed out. From the small intestine to the liver.
No, liver is an accessory organ.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the paper, it just has it all bunched up. So anyway, here's the liver. Gallbladder, we already went through these features. The pancreas, again, down here. To the large intestine, which contains the cecum. Okay, now on to the excretory system. So again, we have the kidneys on either side of the intestine, which go up to the urinary bladder. And now for the circulatory system. So we have the spleen, which is this flap right here. And then we have umbilical arteries again, two on either side of the bladder, and the umbilical vein, which has been cut.
Last one is just the reproductive.
Okay, now we're going to do the reproductive system. As we said, this fetal pig is a female. So females have ovaries, oviducts, and uterus. So down here, this squiggly stuff, like spaghetti stuff, that's uterus. Right underneath, it's like a little circular mass. That is the ovaries, and right underneath are the oviducts. And there's, again, one on each side. Finally, we're going to go through the excretory system, which we kind of already did, but I'll just do it again. So here's the kidneys, which go through the ureter, which is kind of hard to see, but they're these faint little squiggles that run down that go into the urinary bladder. And yeah, that's it.
Can we do the heart modifications?
Sure. Okay, so there's a couple of heart modifications for the fetal pig. This structure right here, coming out of the right ventricle, is the aortic arch. Right underneath that is... Oh shit, I messed up.
No worries.
Okay. That's not the aortic arch. That is the pulmonary trunk. So coming out of the right ventricle is the pulmonary trunk. And right under that is the aortic arch. And it's kind of hard to see, but the junction where the pulmonary trunk and the aortic arch meet is called the ductus arteriosus. Let me see. Yeah, it's kind of hard to see, but it's basically where they meet. And underneath that, you can see a pulmonary artery. So those are kind of hard to see. You have to dig deep, but just, yeah. Is there anything else?
Nope.
Yeah, that's it.